Do you know what actually makes someone a truly great cat owner? It's not about expensive food, the perfect litter box, or how many toys you buy. The real answer is something most people never figure out, even when their cat is showing them every single day. And they don't do this with every owner. These signs are so quiet and unexpected that most people completely miss them. And once you see what they actually mean, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. By the end of this video, you're going to know 12 different signs your cat uses to tell you exactly how they feel about you. And trust me, some of these are going to completely surprise you. A few of them you've probably seen 100 times and never once understood what they really meant. So stick around, because somewhere on this list is a moment that happens almost every single day in your house. And once you know what it actually is, you'll never brush past it again. Let's start with the one almost everyone gets wrong. 1. They gently bite you for no reason. Ever been petting your cat, everything is calm, and then they just gently bite you? No hissing, no warning, no aggression. Just a soft little nibble on your hand or your finger out of nowhere. Most people freeze when this happens. Some even pull away thinking they did something wrong. But that little bite is one of the biggest compliments your cat can give you. Cats don't use words, they use pressure. And that soft nibble is actually a leftover behaviour from when they were kittens. When kittens feel safe and content with their mother or their littermates, they nibble gently during grooming and bonding. It's how they say you're mine and I feel completely comfortable with you. So when your adult cat does this to you, they're not warning you. They're placing you in the same category as family. Dr. Sharon Crowell Davis, a veterinary behaviourist at the University of Georgia, has studied affiliative behaviours in cats for decades. Her research shows that cats reserve these gentle oral behaviours for individuals they consider part of their core social group, not strangers, wander stray naughty. Not just anyone who feeds them, only the ones they formed a genuine attachment to. And most cats go their entire lives without doing this to a single person outside the household. And if you think that's a big deal, there's one sign coming at the very end of this video that goes so far beyond anything on this list. Most owners have no idea it's even happening. It's the moment your cat makes a decision about you that they don't make with anyone else. And once you see it for what it really is, it might completely change the way you see your cat. We'll get there. 2. They slow blink when you look at them. Have you ever caught your cat staring at you from across the room, and then they just slowly close their eyes and open them again? It almost looks like they're falling asleep sitting up. But they're not tired, they're talking to you. That slow blink is one of the most deliberate things a cat can do. In the feline world, direct eye contact is a threat. It's how cats size each other up before a fight. So, when your cat looks at you and chooses to close their eyes, they're doing the exact opposite of preparing for danger. They're telling you, I feel so safe with you that I'm willing to shut off my primary sense of survival right here, right now. And this isn't just theory. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex, led by Tasman Humphrey, ran a study specifically on this behaviour. They found that cats were significantly more likely to approach a person who slow blinked at them compared to someone with a neutral expression. Even more interesting, cats initiated slow blinks more often with their own owners than with strangers. It wasn't random, it was selective, it was personal. Here's what makes this one special. You can actually do it back. Try it next time your cat looks at you from across the room. Hold their gaze softly and slowly close your eyes and open them again. If they return it, that's not a coincidence, that's a conversation. And you just told your cat in their own language that you love them. 2, 3. They sit with their back turned to you. Has your cat ever sat right next to you but facing completely the other way? Most people see that and think their cat doesn't care. Some even feel a little rejected, but that couldn't be further from the truth. When a cat turns their back to you and just sits there, relaxed, tail low, not scanning the room, they're telling you something most owners never decode. They trust you with the one thing cats protect more than anything, their blind spot. In the wild, a cat never exposes their back unless they're absolutely certain nothing behind them is a threat. That instinct doesn't just disappear because they live indoors. It evolves. And when they choose to point that vulnerability directly at you, it means their nervous system has made a decision about you. You are safe, not just familiar, not just tolerated. Safe on a level most humans never earn from a cat. Dr. John Bradshaw, one of the world's leading experts on cat behaviour at the University of Bristol, neuroscience, explains that cats don't form trust the way dogs do. They don't give it freely. Neuroscience, it has to be built over time through consistency, calm energy, and zero punishment. So, if your cat does this with you, you passed a test you didn't even know you were taking. And hey, if any of this is making you see your cat differently, hit like and subscribe so we can get this to every cat owner who deserves to know what love really looks like through their cat's eyes. 4. They won't let you use the bathroom alone. Why does your cat follow you into the bathroom every single time? You close the door, they cry. You leave it open, they walk in and just sit there, staring at you like it's the most normal thing in the world. It's funny, sure, but there's a reason they do this that most people never think about. To understand this, you need to know how cats see you in the first place. Research by Dr. Mikel Delgado at UC Davis shows that cats form what's called a secure attachment to their owners. It's the same type of bond a young child has with a caregiver. You are their secure base. When you're nearby, their stress drops, their confidence rises, and the world makes sense to them. When you disappear behind a closed door, that base vanishes. The bathroom is actually the perfect trigger for this. You're going into a small enclosed space with limited exits, and from your cat's perspective, you just walked away from the safe zone you both share. They're not being clingy, they're maintaining proximity to the one thing in their environment that makes everything feel stable, you in feral colonies. Cats naturally stay close to bonded members during quiet, vulnerable moments, like grooming and resting. Your bathroom routine fits that category perfectly. Your cat isn't guarding you like a bodyguard. They're doing something more honest than that. They're saying, this is where you are, so this is where I need to be. So, next time they push that bathroom door open and plop down on the tile, let them stay. They're not being weird. They just don't want to be anywhere you're not. 5. They need you like dough. If your cat has ever climbed onto your lap, lifted their front paws one at a time, and pressed them rhythmically into you, almost like they're making bread, you've already seen this sign. Most people just call it making biscuits and laugh it off, but that motion is older than your cat's entire memory of you. Kittens need their mother while nursing to encourage milk flow. It's one of the very first physical actions a cat ever learns, tied directly to comfort, warmth and feeding. Most cats outgrow the need for it functionally, but emotionally, they never let it go. When an adult cat needs you, they're reaching all the way back to the safest, most dependent moment of their entire life, and recreating that feeling using you as the anchor. It doesn't matter that claws are involved, or that it sometimes catches you off guard. The motion itself is soft, repetitive, almost meditative. Cats don't need furniture they're indifferent to, and they don't need people they're wary of. They need the laps that feel like home. 6. They headbutt you and rub their cheeks against you. This one's called bunting, and almost every cat owner has felt it without realizing what's actually happening. Your cat walks up, presses their forehead or the side of their face against your hand, your leg, or even your face, and then just leans into it. Cats have scent glands concentrated around their cheeks, chin and forehead. When they bunt you, they're not just being affectionate, they're marking you. In the language of scent, which is the primary language cats actually think in, this is them saying you belong to my group, and I want everyone, including myself, to know it. It's the same instinct that makes cats rub against furniture, door frames and each other inside a multi-cat household. The difference is, your cat is choosy about who gets this. Strangers rarely receive a headbutt on a first meeting. It's reserved for the people and animals already inside their trusted circle. So if your cat walks across the room specifically to press their head into you, that's not random affection, that's your cat actively reconfirming that you're theirs. 7. They bring you gifts. A dead bug on the welcome mat. A toy mouse dropped directly on your pillow. A sock dragged in from another room and left right at your feet. It can feel strange, sometimes even a little disgusting, but this behaviour comes from one of the deepest instincts a cat has. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens, first to feed them, and later, as the kittens grow, to teach them how to hunt. Domestic cats never fully outgrow this wiring, even the ones who've never hunted a single thing in their life. When your cat brings you something, anything, they're including you in that same ancient ritual. In their mind, you are either someone who needs to be fed, or someone in their family who needs to be taught. Either interpretation means the same thing. They've placed you inside the part of their brain reserved for kittens and close kin. It's clumsy, sometimes inconvenient, and almost never what you wanted on your pillow, but it's one of the most sincere gestures a cat is capable of making. 8. They show you their belly. A cat's belly is the single most undefended part of their entire body. No claws can reach it, no quick twist of the spine can protect it fast enough if something goes wrong there. In the wild, exposing it is almost never worth the risk. So when your cat rolls onto their back in front of you, stretches out and leaves that belly completely open, even if they don't always want you to touch it, they're communicating something very specific. They're saying that, in this moment, with you, they don't feel the need to protect themselves at all. Many owners misread this as an invitation for a belly rub, reach in, and get a quick swat for their trouble. That's not your cat being moody. The behaviour was never really about touch in the first place. It was about display, about showing you proof of trust. The safest move is simply to recognise the gesture for what it is, and let them decide if touch comes next. 9. They talk to you, specifically you. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. Once they're past kittenhood, most of their vocal communication with other cats shifts to body language, scent, and the occasional hiss or growl when there's tension. Meowing, the actual sound, is something cats largely reserve for humans. Researchers who study vocal communication in domestic cats have found that meows directed at people are more varied and more frequent than anything cats use with one another, almost like cats developed an entire separate language just to be understood by us. Even more telling, many cats develop distinct dialects specifically with their own owner, different pitches, lengths and patterns for different needs that a stranger would never be able to interpret correctly. Your cat isn't randomly vocal. They built a private vocabulary that works on you specifically, because you're the one they need to understand it. 10. They wait for you at the door or the window. You come home and your cat is sitting right by the entrance, or perched on the windowsill that faces the direction you always come from. It feels small, but it isn't. Cats are not pack animals built around constant companionship the way dogs are, which makes this behaviour even more significant when it happens. Choosing to spend stretches of time near an entry point, watching for a specific person's return, is a learned, deliberate routine. It means your absence registers as something noticeable enough to track, and your return is anticipated, not just acknowledged after the fact. This is also one of the clearest signs that your cat has built a daily rhythm around you specifically. They're not waiting for a human, they're waiting for you. 11. They groom you. If your cat has ever licked your hand, your arm, or even your hair with that small sandpapery tongue, you've been on the receiving end of one of the most intimate behaviours in the feline world. Grooming between cats, called allogrooming, is reserved almost exclusively for bonded pairs. Usually cats raised together, or cats who consider each other close family. When your cat grooms you, they are placing you inside that same category. It's slow, it's repetitive, and it costs them energy and time they don't have to spend on you. There's no survival benefit to a cat licking a human's arm. It exists purely because the bond is strong enough that your cat extends the same care to you that they'd give another cat they trust completely. And now we're at the one I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, the sign that goes beyond everything else on this list. And once you understand what it really means, you'll see why I saved it for last. 12. They fall asleep right on top of you. When your cat falls asleep on top of you, on your chest, your lap, curled into your side, they're not just being cozy. They're doing something that goes against every survival instinct they have. Sleep is the single most vulnerable state any animal can enter. Their senses shut down. Their reaction time disappears. Their ability to escape drops to zero. For a cat, no one nails an animal hardwired to be both predator and prey. Choosing where to fall asleep is never a casual decision. And they chose you. Not the quiet corner of the house. Not the hidden spot under the bed. Not the top of the cat tree where they can see everything. They climbed onto your body and let go of every defense mechanism they have. Dr. Ruud van den Bos, a behavioral biologist at Utrecht University, has studied how stress and safety affect animal decision-making. His research shows that cats will only enter deep sleep in environments their nervous system has classified as completely threat-free. When a cat sleeps on you, their brain has already done the math. You're not just a safe space. You're the safest space they have access to. This is the sign most owners take for granted. They feel their cat curl up and they think, "Oh, that's cute." But your cat just made the most vulnerable decision of their day and placed the full weight of that decision on you. That's not cute. That's complete unconditional surrender from an animal that surrenders to almost nothing. So if you made it all the way here, take a second and actually think back through this list. The gentle bite, the slow blink, the back turned toward you, following you into the bathroom, the kneading, the headbutts, the gifts you didn't ask for, the belly they trust you enough to expose, the way they talk to you in a voice they never use on anyone else, the way they wait for your return, the grooming, and finally, falling asleep completely defenseless in your arms. None of these are accidents. None of them are random quirks of a strange little animal that just does whatever it wants. Every single one is a decision, made over and over, by a creature that is genuinely careful about who it trusts, and out of every person they could have chosen, every hand that could have fed them, every lap in the house, they chose yours. If even one of these hit home for you, do your cat a favour and hit like on this video, and subscribe so more cat owners get to see their cat the way they actually deserve to be seen. And if you want, tell us in the comments which sign your cat does the most, because somewhere in this comment section, someone is about to read it and realise, for the very first time, just how loved they really are.